Hey, y'all. Welcome back to Feminine Success TV. I hope that y'all have had an amazing week. It is Feminine Friday, and I am your host, Yaya Smith. If you are new here or you have never watched one of my lives, make sure to say hi in the comments. I'm always in the comments, interacting and engaging, and I love talking with y'all. As we're discussing tonight, make sure that you share your thoughts. Ask your questions because whether I answer them here or I double back and answer them in the comments, I will be sure to answer. So, for those who don't know who I am, my name is Yaya. I'm Yaya Smith. I am the founder of Feminine Success. I'm over here trying to adjust my light but I'm the founder of Feminine Success. I am a wife and mom to four amazing children. If you haven't been following, I have been sharing. This week was our first week back to homeschool. We are a homeschool family. This was our first week back to homeschool. And it actually, it was good. I ain't even gonna front. Like I am just so overwhelmed or anything like that because I'm not. The kids were super loud though and chaotic. So I will say that they have been doing the most as far as the noise level goes. If you hear noise in the background, I am cooking right now or finishing up cooking right now. I ain't gonna tell y'all what we cooking, but it's good. If you're on Instagram, I'll share in the Insta stories. But for those who may be new and are like, okay, you're rambling. I am Hey, Feminine Melanin. I am Yaya Smith. I'm the founder of Feminine Success, and my entire I won't say my whole heart, but a huge part of my heart is dedicated to supporting women, specifically women of color, and reclaiming your feminine power and balancing your masculine power. So often we've spent our whole lives operating in our masculine. We've spent our whole lives doing. We've spent our whole lives showing up for everything and everyone else. And then when it's time to shift, when it's time to grow, we're not sure what steps to take next. We're not sure why success does not feel the way that we thought it would feel. And so if you are there, if you have created success and you're like, there must be more, or there must be a better way than hustling, grinding, there is. And I am not here to tell you to quit your job, to drop all of your responsibilities, and to take bubble baths all day, because that is not the brand of femininity you will find here. What you will find here is balance, you'll find order, and you'll find systems to sustain your softness. What I support women with is powerful systems, solid systems that are able to grow with you through every season of your life. If you have been following the conversation today on Instagram, I shared a recent transformation that I experienced, a quote unquote dark night of the soul that I experienced recently. And it wasn't my first time, was not my first time at that rodeo, but it did show up unexpectedly. And the systems that I had in my life, that's what I was sharing on yesterday and today, the systems that I had built, the support that I had curated, the structures, so helped me tremendously. They were able to carry me, carry my family through that time, which was about a year long. They were able to help keep things easy so that when the time to change came, I was able to soften. I was able to release the reins. So often, our life is ready to change. Our soul is ready for change. Your heart is telling you it's time for change. But you've created this life and this lifestyle that requires you to be in control, that doesn't allow for you to release the reins, that doesn't allow for you to soften when life, when and process is happening. So tonight I want to talk about how to align yourself, how to align your life. Excuse these disrespectful people outside with these horns, but how to align your life with your soul's mission. I am so happy to see everyone. Hi, honey James. So good to see you. I appreciate you. I appreciate y'all being here tonight. They are super frustrated out there. I appreciate y'all being here tonight. And we're not going to be here long. I definitely am ready to get to this wonderful smelling dinner that I have on the stove, and movie night. Tonight is movie night for our family. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about how to align your life to your soul's mission. So many times, as I was considering, how I would approach this subject, I realized that we stop asking ourselves some very important questions when we quote unquote grow up. When we grow up. And one of the most powerful aspects of femininity is feminine innocence. Now, we're not going to go into all the aspects of femininity tonight, but the innocence allows us to continue to imagine our way to our true mission. So many of us stop asking ourselves this one important question when we quote unquote grow up. And that question is, who do you desire to be? All throughout childhood, we're asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? What do you want to be when you grow up? Well, for me, I knew that I wanted to be a wife and mom. That was the most important thing for me. And I also wanted to be an entertainer, which is great because I get to edutain here and have been doing so for the last 7 years. And I also get to entertain in my household and edutain in my household. But what I realized for myself is that we need to constantly, and my clients as well, we need to be asking ourselves who we desire to be at every level of the mission, at every level of our lives. Because what ends up happening is we grow up, we go to school, we get all the things that we need to get, we create this success, and we start, instead of being who we need to be or being who we desire to be, we start focusing on, I got to do what I got to do. And the mindset of, I got to do what I got to do is what keeps us trapped in our masculine. Now, I'm not here to tell you that your masculinity is wrong, that it's a problem, because I truly believe in harmony. However, if you are always doing, you're never leaving room to desire. And for those of you who are believers, my favorite book says that I will give you the desires of your heart. Your soul's mission is aligned with those desires. Your soul's mission is not aligned with doing what you got to do. Doing what you got to do is actually aligned with the world's mission for you, society's mission for you. And it's very easy to get caught up in society's mission for us because we live in society. But if we want to stay aligned with our true design, if we want to stay aligned with who we've been called to be, if we want to stay aligned with the actual mission that we have been called to accomplish within this life, and the people that you are assigned to, the impact that you are designed to make, then you've got to constantly recalibrate yourself to your desires. You've got to constantly recalibrate yourself and ask, who do I desire to be at this level of growth? Who do I desire to be as I grow forward? Ask yourself, that's a wonderful journal prompt to ask yourself tonight, who do I desire to be? And am I being her? I know there are some fellas that follow me. Are you being him? Or are you so busy doing that you have lost track of yourself, you've lost track of your soul, and you've left yourself behind? It can be easy as a mom. I know I have 4 children. It can be easy as a mom to leave yourself behind. It can be easy as a wife to leave your soul behind, especially if your mission and your spouse's mission are not aligned. It can be very easy to do that, but that's not what we're called to do at all. That's not what we're designed to do at all. And that's why it feels so unaligned. That's why it feels like a trap. That's why it feels like a hamster wheel that you can never get out of. And that's why your success begins to feel like a beautiful cage. So ask yourself, who do you desire to be right now? Who do you desire to be? Are you being her? The next thing to ask yourself, who around you is aligned? Who within your community, your direct community, the people that you engage with, maybe your mentors, your coaches, your friends, your parents, your family members, who around you is aligned with their soul mission? Because it's so important to be sure. It doesn't have to be every single person in your life, okay? But that you have people that you can reach out and touch, who you can see are succeeding from their soul. Because yes, we all have folks who are succeeding at a thing that they just picked because it would generate income, or they just picked because it looked good on paper, or they just picked because that's what their parents thought was the best idea. But who around you in your world is aligned with their soul mission? Because when you reach those moments where your mind is telling you, oh, we can't get aligned, we got to do what we got to do. We can't do this. We got to wait. We need to wait another 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. Then you need to be able to touch and talk to folks in your world who can tell you, no. When the answer shows up, if you decide to wait, waiting is for the weak. Don't do it. When your soul starts to call out and that calling is clear, not comfortable, but clear, don't wait. Don't wait. And so who in your world is there able to encourage you and also give you an example that it's real and that it works? One thing that I know about waiting, and I've said this for years. So if you've ever been on a call with me, if you have ever booked a consultation, which I don't do consultations anymore, but if you've ever booked a consultation, if you've ever joined one of my programs, you know, we talk about waiting for permission, waiting for it to make sense. Your soul's mission is not going to make sense because it desires to do something that it has never done before. God doesn't copy. The soul is not designed to be a duplicate of anything. And so when we spend our lives trying to do the things that we've always done, then we end up in this space, especially those of us who are, I don't like to use the word ambitious, but innovative, forward-thinking, creative. We don't like to keep doing the same thing over and over forever. We don't like to feel stuck in a box. We don't like to feel trapped inside of a life that's pretty, but not purposeful. And so when you find yourself there, it's time to ask yourself, who are you being? And who are you surrounded by? Are you surrounded by those who are on mission? I think about my clients. I have a few clients who have started with me and say, yeah, oh, I want to write a book or publish my book in the next 2 years. And within 30 days, their book was published. Or women who said, I want to start my business. I'm going to leave my job and start my business within the next 5 years. One of my clients right now told me that a year ago. And not only has she transformed her entire life and transitioned from her job into full-time entrepreneurship, she's also transitioned away from America. She has made her full dream, the thing that she thought, oh, I'm going to have to wait 5 years, 10 years. I'm going to need to save up. I'm going to need to do all these things before it happens. And guess what? The money that she thought she needed to save, it showed up. The opportunity that she thought she needed to make things start moving in her life, once she decided who she was going to be, it showed up. So ask yourself, who do you desire to be? Who are you being currently? And are you surrounded by folks, women and men, who are on their soul's mission and succeeding at it, who are brave enough to step out and believe in what they know? Because your soul's calling is not a thought. It's not a thought. It's not a, I think maybe. It's a knowing. It's that thing that won't let you sleep. It's that thing that won't let you stop thinking about it when you're working a job that you know you're not meant to be at. It's that thing. It's that thing that says it's time to go. It's time to start over. It's time to move. It's time to shift. Some of your soul's mission, if you're anything like me, a huge part of my mission was becoming a wife and mother. And I remember being in unaligned relationships. I'm going to just be honest, unaligned relationships, and feeling my soul saying, this is not it. This isn't it. And I stayed. I've stayed. I've played crazy before. But then things start to shift and shake and become so uncomfortable that you have to leave, that you have to move around, or you have to admit that you're just going to settle. So how are you showing up for your soul's mission? Are you paying attention to that calling? Or are you stuffing it down every time it shows up, year after year after year? This is going to be the year that I do it. This is going to be the year that I show up. This is going to be the year that I step up. This is going to be the year that I shift. If you told yourself that this year, let this be the year that you start. So many of us want to shift and just be there, just be at the end of the journey. But the shift is going to require you to inwardly shift so that you are prepared for the process of getting on mission. It's almost like if you have been following a course your whole life that is just left of alignment, eventually you're going to be so off course that you don't recognize anything around you. Nothing feels familiar. Nothing feels right. Nothing feels safe. Nothing feels at home. That's by design. That's to wake your soul up. That's to wake you up, to get you back in alignment with your soul. And when you get there, you've got to be willing to take the time required to get back on the path, to do the work required to get back on the path. And that work is going to require structure. That work is going to require systems. That work is going to require strategy. Because if you've unintentionally gotten off path, you're going to need to strategically get back on path. So I wanted to share that. I see Chantel Kennedy here. Hey, Chantel, so good to see you. I see Chantel here giving me the faces. Listen, if this is you, if this is the face that you're making right now, it is time. Okay, it is time. It's not a thing to judge yourself or beat yourself up about. That's not going to help. You're just going to keep knocking yourself off path. But it is time to say, I'm ready. I'm going to step up. I'm going to show up for me this time. Because all of you, if you're here, I can promise you, you're showing up. You're showing up for someone. You're showing up for a business, maybe. You're showing up for your children. You're showing up for family members. You might be a caregiver. You're showing up for your career or your spouse. But your soul is your own. Your soul is your own. You can't show up for them to make up for not showing up for you. It doesn't work that way. Somehow, so many of us think that we're going to get to the end and we're going to say, "Well, God, I was showing up for everybody else. Well, at least I gave to the poor. At least I built my company up, and I was the head of a Fortune 500 company, and I birthed 5 babies, and I was a great wife." All that. But did you do what I sent you to do? And not saying that those things are not a part of what you were sent to do, but your soul has something very specific for you. And if your answer is always what you're doing for others, how you're showing up for others, your soul is craving and calling out for you to get aligned. So for those of you, Honey James says, most definitely speaking to my soul. If this is speaking to your soul tonight, make sure to share this video with someone who will benefit from it. And if this is really speaking to your soul and you are ready to take the next step, then I invite you to join me in the Ease Experience. Our fall cohort begins on September 29th. We do have a special going on right now. So y'all missed the VIP. So I'm not bringing the VIP back. All right. The VIP was $9.97. You missed it. It's gone. However, I did not raise it all the way up to the $19.97 full price. What I have going on right now is an early bird. So we're about 20 days out. You get instant access. And this program walks you through 4 main key areas of your life. First, we go through your thought life. Then we strategize and set up systems for your home life. This is for women who are single or married or moms or whatever have you. This is not just home life systems for homemakers. This is home life systems for women who are spending way too much time focused on domestic duties and not getting any time in for yourself. You're spending way too much energy in a space that you don't love, and you're not curating the environment that you desire. So the second key area that we focus on is your home life and getting systems for support in place there. And then we go into your work style. We talk about your work life. We talk about your relationship to work, your relationship to accomplishment, and how to ensure that you're able to do your soul's work and also be paid well for it, and also be well resourced in the process, well connected, well valued in the marketplace. These are all things that are within your power as a woman when you know how to tap into your true power, when you know how to get in alignment. So the last section of the master training, the Ease Experience, is my favorite. If you've been around for a minute, you know that I absolutely love relationships, whether they're family relationships, romantic relationships, or your relationship with yourself. And so we go deeper into relationships and we talk about the ABCs of your relationships: the accountability, the boundaries, and the connection. Here's the thing. I know this sounds like a lot, but this is a 5-week course, and you'll get instant access to it. So you'll have plenty time to watch the recordings. And then we have 5 weeks of live training and live coaching where you will be able to ask all of your questions. I'll give you direct coaching and strategy to apply these systems to your specific situation. Another thing that you get access to is what I like to call your own life Bible. I know we know what the Bible is, y'all. But what I'm saying is, have you ever heard someone say, life doesn't come with a manual? So why haven't you written one? Why haven't you written one for your life? If it didn't come with a manual, a business doesn't come with a manual either, but you better put some SOPs together. This is like writing out SOPs for your life. This is writing out those standard practices, getting those systems down on paper so that you always have something to reference back to. This guide is 100+ pages. It goes through each of those 4 key areas that I just shared with you. And it is also interactive. It is you with you getting very, very clear on the woman you desire to be, the environment you desire to have, the way that you desire to work, and the relationships that you desire for your life. So, if that sounds like something you have been looking for, that you are absolutely ready for, maybe you didn't know it existed, or maybe you've been following me for years now and you've been waiting to take a course with me, this is the one. The Ease Experience is the one. It's the link is in the comments or the description, wherever you are, whether it's Facebook or YouTube. The link is in the description and you're able to join there. The course is $14.97. There is a payment plan. It's three payments of $527. You get instant access to module 1, as well as the bonus material that comes with the course, as well as the pre-work. This pre-work is out of this world. I'm not even going to go into it right now, but it is all about resetting your feminine power, resetting your body, resetting your heart, and resetting your mind so that you are ready to take this journey. So if that's something that you're ready for, if that's something that you have been waiting to be supported around, now is the time to show up for it. Now is the time to step into it. This is October, or almost October. This is going to be my last year of live coaching in this way. For those of you who, like I said, have been around for a while and you've been saying, I'm going to join, I'm going to join, I'm going to join. Or those of you who have just met me and you're like, this is exactly what I have been looking for. Now is not the time to delay. 7 is the number of completion. I've been doing this for 7 years. And while feminine success itself will not go away, I definitely want to make sure the resources are ongoing and available for women who are looking for the real deal in these femininity streets, because there's a whole lot of fake stuff out there. I'm getting it together, y'all. For those of you who know, I'm from the South and I got whiskey in my teacup. But for those of you who have been staying up late, Google searching, YouTube searching, wondering, I've bought a brand new wardrobe and I still don't feel like I'm in my power. I've bought a bunch of new makeup and I look feminine and I speak like a feminine woman, but I still don't feel like I'm in my power. This is for you. If you've been looking for the real deal, if you've been looking for the deep work, this is it. So click the link in the description. What you'll find there is the opportunity to go ahead and start the journey now. You'll also find a ton of testimonials, You can go to my Insta and find even more testimonials. We have them for days, weeks, and years around here. And you'll see what other women are saying, how this has supported them with creating rapid change in their life, with creating the transformation that they had been looking for some up to a decade. Some women literally have said, I have been holding on to this pain. I have been holding on to this story. I have been holding on to this relationship, this career for 10 years now. And it is time, Yaya. If that's you, I'm here for you. You are safe here. Your story is safe here. Your soul is safe here. And there is support available for you. All right. So, like I said, I got to get to my dinner. But if you have questions, put them in the comments. I will be probably circling back on Sunday to engage with you all, to share my thoughts, to answer any of your questions. And I might take a few minutes tonight. I'm not sure, but it is Sabbath and it's time for rest, y'all. It's time for rest. Okay. For those of you who have been around, Friday night to Saturday night, miss me. I'm about to get so deep up under my covers, y'all, and I hope y'all are about to do the same. Take some time to sit with your soul. Take some time to realign and recalibrate, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Peace and love.